Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Sapphire. Hope you all are doing well. As you may recall, we are here east of Rustboro, chasing down that Team Aqua grunt into the mines because he stole some Devon parts. But before we do that, figured we would face some trainers in this area here. And I think I see one up ahead. I study at school and I study on the way home too. A lot of students in this area, which makes sense because the training academy is right nearby. And she has a Shroomish, a grass type that will evolve into Breloom, a grass and fighting type, which is a fairly uncommon type combination. Stun Spore, that paralyzes your Pokemon, so thankfully we avoided that. I did play just a little bit earlier today just to run around and grab some berries and replant some berries, so not sure if any will be grown by now, probably not. I think it was, I don't remember what time it was, but I want to say it was like dinner time, give or take. So they might not be ready yet, but if we walk by any berries, we can always water them as we go by. And then when we do harvest them, they will have even more berries. I was down to my last Oran berry, but thankfully I have more now to give to Slate and others. And in fact, he might eat one now. There we go, right on cue. I've gone through a lot of berries recently, but they've been very helpful with keeping my Pokemon healthy. The good news is at level 20, I'm sure we'll get some other attacks, and those attacks will not do recoil damage. I'm in shock, I lost. Yes, you did. But in any battle, somebody has to lose. Well, unless it's a draw, but I think draws are pretty hard to come by in Pokemon. Alright, Zigzagoon, now's your chance. Go ahead and use Cut, please. Thank you. So we have some berries here, with some chest of berries. Not sure what Chesto is based on. Actually, had a lot of fruit today, including some chocolate-covered strawberries, which were very good. I probably won't come back to this area, honestly. It's kind of out of the way. Let's not even bother planting berries here. It would just be kind of probably a waste. Because even though, like they said, they do, if they drop down, they do eventually grow back, or they do grow back afterwards. They only do that a few times. At least that's how it used to be. And then eventually it would, yeah, I'm sure it's nothing good. Eventually they'll just stop growing. Alright, so we can't go in there because that guy's blocking the way. So there's a tunnel over here. Who is this guy? Oh, what am I to do? We were just out on our walk, Pico and I, when we were attacked by an odd thug. Oh, it's Mr. Briny. I walked by his house earlier and didn't see him there, and now I know why. And then the scoundrel made off with my darling Pico. Where are you, Pico? Must be inside the cave. Well, I have nothing to fear, Mr. Briny. We will rescue Pico, but before we do... Oh, there's something fishy about this spot. Maybe with the right Pokemon move. Almost forgot about those. The secret hideouts you can make. I did enjoy that a lot. Like I said, I'm an architect, so even though it's kind of a simple mechanic, building your own little space there was a lot of fun, even back when I was a kid or a teenager. So we'll definitely do that a little later on in the game. And looks like there's another one up here. Alright, well we'll come back here much later, or we'll find another spot. But in the meantime, we must press on, because evil awaits and it must be confronted. What was this place called? Rustboro Tunnel? Whoop. I guess we'll find out later. And I think there are lots of Whismur in here. Yep. So I'll encounter maybe just a handful of wild Pokemon, just to see what's in here. It might all be Whisper, kind of like Diglett Cave and you know, the original games, Red and Blue. But we'll see what's in here. Maybe some, like, I don't know, Zubat or something. Maybe Aaron or Aaron, however you say it. I always say it Aaron, so I'll go with that. But I'm not sure if they're in here or not. I don't think so. I think I would remember that. I think you have to wait until the next town to get one of those. Alright, we're going to give him another berry, and we are making quick work of our potions, which I'm okay with, because I'd rather use them than not use them. And I did find a super potion at some point. I don't remember if that was on camera or off camera. But I did also buy, where are they? Repels. So I found one. I think I bought 8 more. So if, oh, it says at the bottom there, Rust Turf Tunnel. There we go. I could have just read the map. And now it says it at the bottom again, but anyway. Um, so this is a rock that you can smash if you have the move Rock Smash, which is not an HM move, but there are a few TM moves you can use in the open world as well. They're just a little bit more optional. So if we do encounter lots of Pokemon here, at some point I'll use a Repel just to keep things going, since I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me fight Wild Whismur all day long, as fun as that may be. Also, I think, and I could be wrong on this, but I think that you actually get more experience from defeating an enemy trainer's Pokemon than you do a wild Pokemon, even if they're at the same level. Which makes sense, because it gives you an incentive to face trainers besides just, fun, and you get a little bit of money too, which is nice. But it also makes sense because wild Pokemon just use random moves, whereas trainers Pokemon, at least in theory, will be a little bit smarter. In a lot of the recent games, the AI has not been very smart, but, whatever. Alright, we'll do one more wild Pokemon battle just to see what's here. But first, we'll face this guy. What? Are you coming? Come and get some then. Alright. You're on. Grah! Keyhole it all! This hostage Pokemon turned out to be worthless, and to think I made a getaway into this tunnel to nowhere. And you! Now you're here to battle me. Really? This guy is not the most effective criminal I've ever met. Well, then again, I haven't met many criminals, so maybe he is, but not the most effective criminal I've heard of. Although, who knows? Maybe I met a lot of criminals, just didn't know it. Maybe they were actually really good criminals. Ooh, Poochie, I wish I had actually healed up Slate. But, oh, Bite. That's going to be super effective. Wow, one shot, okay. Sorry, Slate, but you did your best. Alright, well, in that case, Dan is up, and we are, again, one level lower, so... I like that, though. I like that this is, I don't want to say a challenge, but at least, it's something. It's not like his Pokemon's level 10 or something, where it'd be the same as any other trainer. It actually is kind of like a mini-boss, I guess. Sand attack. Alright, so I think if we hit this Echoed Voice, it might knock him out. And we did hit. It'll be really close. Yes, it did. Good job, Dan. And level 13. Nicely done. Ugh. Is this the end of my evil deeds? Well, let's hope so. You want to go home and rethink your life. Wait, wrong game. This is plain not right. The boss told me this would be a slick and easy job to pull. All I had to do was steal some parts from Devon. Or Devon Corp, whatever it's called. You want them back that badly? Take them. Alright, thank you. And there's Pico. Glad we could rescue everybody's favorite seagull. Pico, am I glad to see you're safe. My Pico owes her life and freedom to you, lad. They call me Mr. Briny, and you are? Oh, I met you already, Mr. Briny, because his memory's going a bit. Ah, so it's Owen, is it now? Then I sincerely thank you, Owen. If there's ever a thing I can do to help you in turn, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm paraphrasing some of these, clearly. If I'm to be found, it will always be at my cottage by the sea near Petalburg Woods. Come, Pico. High time we're underway to home. Pequee! Alright. I wonder if I should have been using more of like a pirate voice for the Team Aqua grunt, but I'm sure we will encounter many more Aqua grunts in the future. Alright, so I guess because of these boulders... Oh, that's right, didn't he say... That makes sense plot-wise, I like that they were doing some digging here. And then, when they... Whismur versus Whismur. Let's see who has the better one. Probably me. I have faith in Dan. Oh, right, soundproof. That makes sense. And Astonish does not affect me because it's Ghost type, and Ghost type does not affect normal types. So I guess plot-wise, they were digging this tunnel to whatever's across the way there. Verdant Turf, I want to say. Or Falabra. I think Verdant Turf is through the tunnel. And they had to do it by hand because the machines woke up all these Pokemon, and they were worried it would cause a cave-in. So everything was going fine when they were digging by hand until that grunt came in, made lots of noise, and I guess all the Whismur started yelling, and they broke the tunnel down. Alright, not gonna use Repel just because we're almost out. And we made it. Good. Would have been a waste. Repels actually are a little bit expensive. Roar! That goofy goon hightailed it out of the tunnel. I can go back to digging! Alright, you sound very excited about that, so have fun, my friend. We will check out the tunneler's rest house. That rust turf tunnel there. At first we had a huge crew working on boring through the rock with the latest machinery, but we had to stop. Turns out we would have had a negative effect on wild Pokemon in the area. So we're left lazing around here doing nothing. Well, you can dig by hand like that guy. Maybe get a shovel. Like the olden days. John Henry, right? I do like that they actually care about the Pokemon. I feel like a lot of corporations would not. There's a man who dug his way to Verdant Turf all by his lonesome. He was desperate to get through. He says if you dig little by little without using machines, you won't disturb Pokemon, and you'll avoid harming the natural environment. I wonder, is that like black belt guy, or are they talking about somebody else? To get to Verdant Turf without crossing this tunnel, you'd have to cross the sea to Dewford, sail on to Slateport, and then travel through Mauville. Well, funnily enough, that's what we'll be doing. Oh, I thought this was a ladder up to like a second story, but nope, it is a work ladder. Got their hats here. OSHA would approve. Kind of a cool fridge too. Alright, nice little break house. I like the little like cross bracing here too. I guess it's like maybe a modular building, but anyway, moving right along. Just to avoid a little bit of wild Pokemon, I probably should use a repel now, but we're already almost there, so come on. Oh, sweet, that was really lucky. Is there a wild Pokemon here? I guess it's to the right. Maybe it's just, yeah, triggering that. Okay, no reaction. Got it. Thank you. How do I get out of this? There we go. Alright, so while we're here, we haven't actually been to Devon Corp, so let's go there and return the parts. Oh, how did it go? Did you get my Devon parts? You did, you got them back. You really are a great trainer. I know, as my thanks, I'll give you a Great Ball. Well, it's not quite a Master Ball, but I will certainly take it. I'm sure we can use it at some point. Oh yes, young man, please come with me. Yeah, nice view of the headquarters with a Dragonite statue in the front. I gotta admit, if I was in Pokemon, I had like a really cool mansion or a big building, I'd probably put a Dragonite statue in the front too. Dragonite has been my favorite Pokemon since Gen 1. This is the top floor of the Devon Corporation. Our president's office is on this floor. I can't tell you how grateful I am for what you've done for our company. Could you wait here for just a moment? Our president would like to have a word with you. Please come with me. Alright. Happy to meet him. Please go ahead. Is he through the curtains? Oh, no, there he is. I'm Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. I heard just now how we have quite a bit to thank you for. So you helped out my staff not just once, but twice. There's a favor I'd like to ask of a reliable trainer like you. Now, I want you to know I'm a president you can trust. That must be nice. I'd never be so mean as to ask a favor for nothing in return. Here, give me your Pokénav Plus for a moment. Well, I guess he's going to upgrade it. You can now use the BuzzNav function. What does that do? The function that I just added to your Pokénav Plus is called BuzzNav. It is an indispensable tool for any trainer who is traveling out in the world. Use it and you'll be able to get the latest news from around the region, and from your own friends, anytime and any place. Now let me get to the most important issue of what it is I need you to do. I want to ask you to deliver this letter to a man named Steven. You should find him in Dewford. Alright. You'll have to cross the sea to reach Dewford, of course. I'll ask Mr. Briney, that old sailor who lives in the hut on Route 104, to help with the crossing. Go find him, and he should agree to help you. I'm counting on you, young man. If you're ever unsure what to do, come and talk to me again. Alright, well, I know what to do, but nice of you to offer. Some cool fossils in here, living up to his name of Mr. Stone. Cool collection here. I guess there's like leaf stones and things. Some fossils. Mr. Briney is an old and dear friend of Mr. Stone's. The two of them, along with one other friend, used to travel all the corners of the world together in their youth. I was about to say, it's really cool how this, like, rich businessman is still friends with the guy, like the local fisherman who lives nearby, but that explains it. I'm very curious as to who the third friend was. I do have a theory, but it's just a guess. Must be at the receptionist's desk over here. Alright, back downstairs. A lot of workers here. If I can get to them. Wow, a PokeNav Plus! A navigation system for connecting people, Pokemon, and the world. That was the idea of our president, and I made it a reality. No, yeah, I don't want you to describe the features. I think I'm gonna not waste any more time here, probably. Is that an item ball? Nope, it is a trash can. And I don't see any leftovers. Alright, well, I think we spent enough time in Rustboro, don't you? Hi there, you're always welcome here. So he's a security guard, it looks like. I wonder if he like blocked your route if you tried to go upstairs before you did the quest. Oh, cool, this is a really nice, I guess a bunch of fossils below the glass on the floor. I like that. A Kabuto and Omanite on the walls. Alright. Very interesting. So let's check the news. Oop, not yet. Oh, hey Owen, have you been catching lots of Pokemon? I'm doing pretty good on that front. I caught so many Pokemon in Petalburg Woods that I ran out of Pokeballs. Oh yeah, and I passed by Mr. Briny when I was in Petalburg Woods. I guess he must have been on his way home to his cottage on Route 104. Owen, you just moved here, so there's no way you could know, but Mr. Briny was once a highly respected seafarer. Very cool. They're really making sure you know where to go and what to do in this game. Alright, so I guess this guy wasn't really that important after all. Hey, that's Rustboro's gym badge. Out of all the Pokemon badges, I'd say Rustboro's is the coolest. Did we ever talk to this guy? Whoa, what a breathtaking victory! My cheering must have worked! Great, check your trainer card. The stone badge is recorded in it. You climbed the first stamp to the stairs to the championship. Very promising. Alright, where's my trainer card? There it is, and sure enough, there we go. The stone badge. Not sure what the symbol means there. I guess it's just kind of a cool design. I wonder if you can change your outfit in this game like you could in X and Y. I'm not super into like fashion in video games, but I wouldn't mind like just changing it up once or twice. They were really into that in X and Y, and the game was based on like the region was based on France in real life. And the French are really big into like clothing and hair and design and stuff, so makes a lot of sense for that game. Maybe a little bit less sense here. All of the first few games, the regions are based off of areas in Japan, some very closely actually. And eventually they ran out of areas in Japan because Japan is only a fairly small country, and they've expanded now to do like one was based off of New York City and France and the most recent games I want to say are the UK, although I don't really know, to be honest. Probably read it at some point, just don't recall. Alright, ooh. Are they flowering or are they done? They are done, sweet. Those grew fast. I wonder if they increased the berry speed time since the original games. Oh, also I did, as I thought I would, teach Rock Tomb to Ford. I don't know if I'll be coming back here or not. Well, let's plant a few berries just in case. Oh, you know what? I might have just missed these berries, honestly, when I went by. Because I know I went to the one by the flower shop, but I probably forgot these were here. So that could be why they are fully grown trees. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did forget. Oh well. Wouldn't have made much difference anyway, I don't think. Alright, now that our gardening for the day is done, at least in this little area, let's head on. Oh, also there's this thing which says that a trainer nearby wants to challenge me. Oh, a few trainers actually. All on Route 104, so, and I guess it reminds you what Pokemon they have? That's kind of cool. It'd be nice if they put like a little like explanation mark over their name or something. Over their head, rather. So that you knew who they were, because otherwise I'm not sure who Last Haley is. I just guessed and got it right there, but glad I got it right. Alright, Slate. Now that you're fully healed, you should have some better odds here. And don't worry, we will use Ford again. I just want to get Slate and Dan to catch up a bit. One thing that's kind of nice is that, something I didn't know for a long time, just starting from the beginning here, Something that I didn't know for the longest time playing these games is that Pokemon earn experience at different rates. Well, they earn experience at the same rate, all things considered, or all things being equal. But some Pokemon require more experience to gain each level than others do. There's actually like 6 or 7 different categories they can fit into. There's like slow, um, fast, medium fast, like erratic, and there's a couple different ones. Actually, Generation 3 introduced 2 that are kind of out there and kind of random. And I'm trying to remember. I think 2 of the Pokemon we train might have some of those erratic ones, or whatever the one's called that it's not the same each level, in other words, or it's not a nice smooth curve. Ooh, Leech Seed. That's a pretty good move. He's going to suck my health away a little bit every turn. You can see there he got a little bit of health back, which makes sense given the name. So this can be a little bit tough. Let's see what we can do though. And Absorb, he's getting even more HP. Luckily it's not very effective since I am Steel type, and Steel type is a great type defensively. It's probably, you could say, the best type defensively. It resists like more than half the types in the game. It's great. Normal, Grass, Fairy, Dragon, Other Steel, Rock, Poison is immune, Flying, Bug. Like, it just resists Psychic. I think the only things it doesn't resist are Electric, Water, Ghost, Dark, and the types. Oh, now that I'm paralyzed, he's faster. Come on, Slate. I'll switch you out if you can defeat this Shroomish. Good job. I think the only things that it's not weak to are those 4 types, and then the ones that, those 4 types are evenly effective, and then there's the 3 types it's weak to, Fighting, Ground, and Fire. But overall, having only, I think, 7 types that deal normal or super effective damage out of, what are there, 18 types now? 16 plus 16, I think there's 18 types. Pretty sure about that. That's really, really good. I don't know if I said normal, but that's obviously another category as well. Okay, so you're bringing Electric, Water, Dark, Ghost. I think that might be it in terms of evenly effective. Yep, so these are the ones I planted earlier this afternoon. So their soil is dry. I like how you just like water the plant too and it becomes green like instantaneously. Did we get our free berry today? I'm not sure I did. Sorry for the detours. We'll keep going, don't worry. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss a chance for a free berry. Could be something rare. Rostberry, that cures a burn. And Rost is an anagram of straw. So, obviously strawberries, which are one of my favorite fruits. Actually had, like I said, some strawberries today. Some were chocolate covered, some were not. They were both very good. And now that we can cut this tree down, let's see what's over here. Yeah, I'd say it's the trouble with strawberries is it's hard to get good strawberries. Like they don't last very long, even in the fridge. At least in my experience. Maybe it's not the right season right now, but oh, who are you? Oh, the thing you have, it's a Pokénav Plus. That means you're a trainer. You should try this item. Oh, cool, a Miracle Seed. If a Pokemon holds that item, its Grass-type moves become stronger. Alright, that's cool. So much to talk about. Okay, let me talk about this first. So Miracle Seed is one of 18 items. It is 18, right? Because, okay. And the way I think about it is this way. Yeah, it's definitely 18. Because there were, between the first 2 games, there are 16 gym leaders. Each one used a different type. And they had every type covered except for Dark. And then since then, they've also added Fairy to the game. So that makes it 16 plus 2, 18. You know what? I'm going to use... Pound should be good enough for the Zigzagoon. I am going to use a Repel after this. So for each of the 18 types, there is a separate held item, which will increase moves of that type's damage by... There we go. By 20%. In some games, some of the older games, it used to be 10%, but in most games now it's 20%, which I like, because 10% really wasn't that significant. I know somebody here probably wants to challenge me to a battle, but I'm not going to bother. At least the woods are really quick to go through. They were quick both ways, honestly, but they're super quick going this way. Now you wanted to fight, right? So we'll do a rematch. It'll give me a chance to talk and catch up on my thoughts. So Miracle Seed is the one for grass type. There's Mystic Water for water types, Charcoal for fire types. There used to be two, Silk Scarf and something Scarf for normal. I don't know why there were two, but they got rid of one of them. A Silk Bow maybe. I think that was it. I think Silk Scarf is the one they kept. Oh, his Zigzagoon is faster, but because of Echoed Voice's increasing power, which is really cool. I love that mechanic. That should be a knockout here. What does Baby Allies do? My attack fell. Okay, it's not going to matter. I knew it lowered stats, I just couldn't remember which ones. Yeah, there's the dragon. There actually used to be two for dragon as well, just because one was the dragon scale is an evolutionary item. Now I don't think it increases dragon type attacks anymore. I think it just is used for evolution, but I could be wrong. But Dragon Fang is definitely a power up. Black Glasses. I don't know what the fairy one is. Actually, is there a fairy one? I assume there is, but fairy type is so new. Like, fairy type is so new, I've only played one game, Pokemon X, that has fairy types in it. I know a lot about them just from like watching competitive battles and doing competitive battles and just keeping up on Pokemon. But it's actually kind of it's shocking to me even to think about that and be like, whoa, I actually haven't played that many games with fairy types in them. So I will be training one fairy type in this game. We'll catch them a little bit later on. In fact, they'll probably be the 5th member of our team, so one more to go. I will also be catching a grass type. Like I said, we're going to have water, grass, and fire. So we have our water still, our fire, we have our water, grass, and one more Pokemon. Just going to heal up before we head on. Maybe check on the seeds just to the right of here if you guys don't mind. So our Miracle Seed will go ahead and save. We could give it to Lotad, but I'm not going to bother. We'll just save it until we get our grass type eventually. We might even have, I'm trying to think if we have any Pokemon that might learn a grass type move eventually. But Combuskin, I don't think can learn any grass moves. Beldum's evolutionary line might be able to learn like Grass Knot or something, but I'm not going to teach it that. What else? I wonder if Exploud could learn a grass type attack. I don't think so, but maybe it could. But we won't be teaching him one. At least not long term. I'd be a bad son if I didn't stop in and say hi to Dad while I'm in town, so... I see. So you've beaten the gym leader in Rustboro City, but there are still many trainers stronger than you, Hoenn. Across the sea in Dewford Town is a gym leader named Brawly. You should go challenge him. Alright, I think I will. Brawly, as you can imagine, is a fighting type user. Alright, so back to the most important conversation. Favorite fruits. I love strawberries. They're probably my favorite, although pineapple is a close second. Watermelon is good. I like grapes, they're okay. Peaches. You know, peaches might be my favorite. A real good peach is hard to beat. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody before we move on here. Alright, Mr. Briny, let's set sail, shall we? Actually, we bought some peaches the other day, and they just... The thing about peaches, if you don't buy them ripe, they don't really get ripe, or it's hard to get them ripe at just the right time. Stay still, please. Hold on, lass! Belay that, Pico! A lot of pirate themes in this game, which makes sense. It's a very water-based region, which is one of the reasons I love it. Oh, if it ain't Hoenn, you're the one who saved my Pico. Aye, but we owe you for that day. What's that? You want to sail with me? What's this all about, then? A letter bound for Dewford? Certainly, that'd be no problem at all. You've come to the right man. Shall we hoist sail for Dewford at once? Let's do it. Dewford, we're coming. Anchors away. Pico, we're setting sail, my darling. So that's cool that he gets to use his boat to take you around, or he's kind enough to use his boat to take you around before your Pokemon knows surf. And even when they do know surf, it's faster. Eventually, oh, there's Pico, that's cool. I love the new animation. Eventually, once we get Fly, that'll be the fastest way to travel, but that'll be a decent time from now. What else is good? Oranges are good. Ahoy, we've struck land in Dewford, lad. I suppose you'll be heading ashore to deliver the letter to what's-his-name or whomever. If you're feeling lost and adrift, though, try calling in on the island's Pokemon Gym. The leader, Brawly, surely knows everyone and everything that goes on in his town. See, I vaguely remember, I think in Dewford Town you might actually have to go to the cave outside of the town first before you face Brawly. But we'll do that anyway, because I don't think our Pokemon are quite high enough level to face Brawly yet, so we might have to do a little bit of training. first, let's see what's going on in this town. I'm sitting down. Feast your eyes on this. It's a silk scarf. It's the cutting edge of fashion. Oh, I can see your eyes twinkling. You appreciate my dazzling style. What a delight you are. Here, please, I want you to have it. Hey, there we go. I was just talking about the silk scarf, which of course powers up normal type attacks. Alright, well, as you guys know, we have a normal type Pokemon that we use quite a lot. So as good as the berries are, I think doing more damage is going to be even better, because if you have a strong offense, you don't actually take damage as often. So it's better in the long run, especially for an offensive Pokemon. And Dan has plenty of normal type attacks, so it seems like a really good fit. Actually, you know what? I'm also tempted to give it to Beldum, to Slate, because his only attack is normal type. And he just says everybody idolizes Brawly. Seems to be the case with most gym leaders. That's really cool. They have like everybody in town kind of has like a role model. Like it's not like a position of political power, like a mayor or something, but it's just like a good role model for the community. That's really cool. Have you heard about these new potion festivals? That's right, of course you know. They're the hottest thing and cool. No, I actually don't know about those. Those must be new. Well, you'll have to tell me what's new and in. Oh, that's right. You get to like choose things that are new and in. Repel. Repel is in. Repel is great. Repels, huh? What's popular about them? I guess their qualities are good because they can be used to allow you to get past wild Pokemon. Oh, I know about those. Repel qualities. They're the coolest, aren't they? Potion festivals are yesterday's news. It's all about repel qualities. I think they kind of just like are making fun of like gossip here. In fact, let's check the news and see if we hear anything about this new trend of repel qualities. With Street Pass, you can swap news with other players. No, thank you. That seems like a one-time thing. That's not really that fun. Yeah. Maybe if you're like a sibling, that'd be pretty cool. But otherwise, this is an HNN special report. The Pico napping incident that became a top headline not long ago has been resolved thanks to the brave actions of one young trainer. Pico's trainer, a Mr. Bryony, age 72, responded to inquiries that the trainer in question is a real catch, stating that he expects the precocious go-doer to become a big hit in the future. I'm sure we at HNN will be keeping our eyes on this young hero's future. Search to Catch is the program where we cover the amazing encounters that bring Pokemon to their trainers. A trainer named Owen found a hidden Pokemon in Route 116. How do you guys know? Are you spying on me? Paparazzi? There's a cute Pokemon right there in front of you. Do your best. Your fate encounter is waiting. Alright, cool. Well, that's enough news for one day. I feel like it's good to keep up on the news for sure. Definitely should do it every day. But you can also do it too much, where if you just like constantly watching the news and checking the news, it can get to be a lot. So, good in moderation. Dewford Town is a tiny island community, so if something gets trendy here, everyone picks up on it right away. Oh, I'm sure everyone will know about the new trend of, what was it? Repel qualities. Super training, like I said, I'm not going to bother with that because Pokemon are going to be strong enough through normal training. I don't need any of your fancy new super training. This is a renowned fishing spot. Are you getting the itch to fish? Of course I am. I hear you and I like what you're saying. I'll give you one of my fishing rods. Sweet. As an added bonus, I'll even throw in some advice. Face the water, use the rod. If you get a bite, pull the rod. Okay, yeah. Pretty simple stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. And because it's a key item that you can use, it might make sense to bind it to one of your keys. And I hope they did it the same way they did in Pokemon X. That was really nice, where, let's see, was it, how do you do the, oh, maybe once I have more than one? Nothing biting yet. So in X, you could bind 4 items, and then you'd hit the, did I get it? I got it! And then when you hit the X button, or the Y button rather, you could use the plus pad to choose which of the 4 items, which was great, because you could have like an item finder, your bicycle, your fishing rod. I really enjoyed that. Tentacool, only level 5. We'll just use Pound to defeat it. Tentacruel's not the best, not the worst. It's a decent Pokemon. Kind of defensive oriented, I guess. Has a few different moves it can learn. Its typing is okay, water and poison. It's weak to electric, ground, and psychic types, but resists a good amount as well. But Overall, they're just better water types if you ask me. Dewford Hall for exchanging information. I guess we should go in the Pokemon Center just to see if there's anybody interesting in here. So that's just like a character sprite then, nothing too interesting. It might be like an Ace Trainer sprite from later on, but we'll see. At the edge of town, there's a cavern known as Granite Cave. I heard you can hear rare stones in there. Or find rare stones in there. As long as you have Pokemon by your side, you can overcome language barriers and meet many different kinds of people. Yes, you can. Alright, so I didn't notice how long this episode's gone on. Time flies when you're having fun. Glad we at least got a little bit done today. Going through the tunnel and visiting Devon Corporation, and we're at a new town. So next episode, we'll probably explore the cave outside of town and maybe even face the gym leader if we feel we're ready. So that should be pretty exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. Stay tuned for more Let's Play Alpha Sapphire.